Did I make this live already? Yep, it's live. It's live. Signal is just really bad. Apparently. Yep, signal's pretty bad. Damn. Could be just streaming it. But yep, this should be coming in. Okay, so hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another stream. This is gonna be a quick stream because I'm still very much on the fence of this issue. In a lot of ways, you can see this issue as blatantly them. It's blatant. It's really just right in your face. You can just look it up. It's right there. But the problem is, it needs to be statements from themselves. And in a lot of ways, there are a lot of statements from. Okay. I'm gonna need to start from the very beginning and why and how this stream come to fruition. So, I was watching a video by Robin Gaming, and I watched that video 3 times because 1, when I was watching it initially, 2, I was about to make a response video to it because this is the video is trying to prove that Naughty Dog, you know, the developers of Last of Us, Uncharted, they are trying to push some sort of a progressive agenda in their games. And the thing is, at the latest few games that I played from them, I don't feel like they are trying to push any. I mean, they have female protagonists. Sure, I mean, all games have female protagonists. They have Ellie is a lesbian. I mean, there are games where lesbians too. Like, what makes them distinct from the other things? And what does make them distinct from other things is that the company themselves, they're the ones that are trying to, is the company themselves, they are the ones who are trying to push these agendas. And I just don't see it in the game. I just really do not see their attempts in pushing an agenda in the game, which is why I become skeptical. I become skeptical to the video. And the way Robin portrays it, the only things in which Naughty Dog is blatantly pushing an agenda is outside of the game. Very much outside of the game. Every game that they made, The Last of Us, Uncharted, the recent ones, they haven't had any sort of time where they push an agenda. It's only on Last of Us Part 2 where they put the trailer. It's very blatantly that people say, oh, it's just them pushing an agenda. They're just trying to gain virtue signal. They're trying to gain progressive points to from the progressive crowd, to have Ellie and this other girl to kiss in front of everybody. And I was looking at the trailer in myself because I played a lot of Naughty Dog's games before in the past, and I like some of them. I don't consider them masterpieces or anything like that. Last of Us was fine. Last of Us was okay. Compared, like, at the same time there was Walking Dead. I think it was Walking Dead season 1 came out before that, and I thought that was much better. In fact, it's one of my favorite games actually. And The Last of Us just didn't compare. Maybe graphically, obviously storytelling, the way it showed the stories and gameplay wise, of course, because The Walking Dead is just an adventure game. But The Last of Us, story just doesn't compare to me. It's just fine. But lots of people consider it to be a masterpiece game, so lots of people really like that game. And then you have Uncharted 4. Also, people love the game. Then Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. It's a spin-off, so not a lot of people really like it. So, anyway. Before I get to even more details on this entire thing, I'm just gonna let everybody to pause for a bit and just share your thoughts on this. What are your thoughts? Let's see here. Did I put the stream on? Oh shit! Did I put the stream on normal mode? I forgot where I put the stream in. Did I put this? Is this in low latency or is this in normal mode? But if it's in normal mode, that means that you're gonna see me. It's just in a high quality, but well, I can't really over interact with you directly. But that's unfortunate. But still, anyway, what the fuck are you talking about, man? I'm sorry. I've been really jumbled right now. I'm really jumbled right now. But in the nutshell version, Naughty Dog is apparently, people accuse Naughty Dog trying to push some sort of progressive agenda. And I've seen a video of somebody documenting it. I didn't see it in the game, but I did see it from the developers. It's just that I'm not sure, like the way, how do you say it? If you connect, like the requirement, like in order for you to prove that Naughty Dog is pushing an agenda, you have to actually grab the developers. You have to actually grab some things, what the developers say, what their actual intentions are, and you can't judge it from the product. When I talk about progressive agendas being pushed, I usually just look at it in the product themselves. So for example, you got Marvel, you got Star Wars, all of them, I can legitimately prove that they are pushing agendas just by their films alone. But in The Last of Us, I just couldn't see it. I just really couldn't see it. That's why I'm so on the fence about it. It requires tweets or statements made by the developers. And if we're going by that, yes, the developers of Naughty Dog are very progressive. The guy, Neil Druckmann, one of the developers in there, he straight up endorses Anita Sarkeesian. Straight up. There is a footage of him giving an award to her. And he also talks about what's called sexualization, female sexualization and everything like that, which we'll get to. I'll show you the clip, because again, I'm doing this quick stream because I'm still on the fence. And I want you guys to probably maybe enlighten me or something, or try to get new info and everything like that. Because I think that the best way for me to judge is whether or not Naughty Dog is really pushing an agenda is we see their previous, we see The Last of Us Part 2. Because if they don't, because their previous games, I don't see it. I just don't see it in their previous games. But but from the trailer, I guess you could say, hey, it's just lesbians crazy. Of course, it's gonna be pushing an agenda. But I don't know. We need to see it. We just need to see. And the release date hasn't been revealed yet, so I don't know why this is too much of a topic to talk about. I just don't understand it. At least it's not as significant as like Ghostbusters. Like Ghostbusters made a significant change. Last of Us, well, the only change they made is that Ellie is a lesbian, which is already established. Anyway, what are your thoughts on this? I just couldn't I couldn't care less about Ellie and the lesbian thing. I care about Joel and where is he? I don't know. If you're gonna talk about Joel without spoiling anything, the action that he did in the last one, sympathetic, but I don't think his character. It's really hard to relate to him right after that endpoint. It just makes me go, I'm not sure if I can follow the journey anymore. And in a lot of ways, I just can't follow it. I just really couldn't relate to him right at that endpoint without spoiling too much of The Last of Us. It's just really struggling to relate to him. Hi, appabend. Hi. The whole lesbian kiss demo is one giant marketing ploy. People shouldn't give a fuck one way or the other. It's simple. Controversy creates traffic. Well, it creates traffic in many different directions. I guess creates traffic on me because I'm talking about it. But I'm not here to create traffic. I'm just... well, since I'm actually streaming it, I guess I am creating traffic. But okay, I am. But But that's not the only reason. I'm still on the fence. Like, convince me or something like that. Maybe there are things that made me go, huh. Like, my mindset is, I'm just gonna see how The Last of Us 2 go. There's still too little information. There's not even a release date to talk about this. The problem is that they think they're better than the rest of us purely because they're progressive, or at least the feeling I got from them. They need to get their heads out of their ass. I remember someone posted a portion of the interview that one of the members who worked for Uncharted 4, and I overheard that he was influenced by Anita Sarkeesian. He was not just influenced by Anita Sarkeesian. Let me show you. Let me show you this clip. Here is him giving an award to Anita Sarkeesian. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. This is him giving an award straight up to Anita Sarkeesian. See that? There. Straight up. Straight up just gives the award to Anita Sarkeesian. What was that event? So, guy just gave the award to her. I don't need to elaborate on that even further, but what else do you have here? There was also, wait a second. This is Robin's video, so I need to find that exact moment where Neil Druckmann was talking about representation and everything like that. Ah, here it is. Here it is. Are you not? Oh, you see nothing. My bad. 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 There was a black screen. Okay, okay. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I'll get to it. Okay, here is him giving an award to Anita Sarkeesian. My bad. My bad. I'm sorry. I didn't use another monitor. I did use another monitor for this one. So there you go. Sorry. See, fixed. Thank you. Thank you for the input. Yeah, there. Just give it to Anita straight up. I don't need further elaboration on that. But there is also another part. I forgot where it is. Where is it? Why doesn't this one have sound? That's weird. Okay, here it is. Got it? Okay, you should get it. You should get it. Yep. There we go. You just got it. We only see the abyss. Sorry. My bad. My bad. In order to tell that they're pushing an agenda, you have to firmly grasp the developers. I guess you could say that. I guess that's what they're. I guess what I'm. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. We use a male feminist, which is pretty sad for any man to be. Hell, you're not even a man. So here it is. Here it is him talking about giving an award to Anita Sarkeesian. I just don't know why. I don't know why. Oh. Ah, my bad. There you go. So this should fix it. Okay, so here it is. This is from Robin's video.
So I wanted to learn more about it on my own. So I started reading some of these books. And whether we want to admit it or not, these are role models.
No. No, they are not. They are female characters in a video game. They don't necessarily have to be anybody else's role model.
And yet we sexualize, we objectify, we marginalize, and we reduce these female characters to a lot less than they can be.
Okay. Let me show you something I found very interesting regarding that statement. So, Neil Druckmann was talking about how that's reducing female characters into disappointment. Firmly grasp it. I'm bored, so I'm gonna ditch again. Thanks, Grizzy, for the info. I'll probably come back later. Yep. So you got that. You just got that. And right after he said that, not right after, but in another time, He was talking about Uncharted 4 director Neil Druckmann on Anif Drake and sexism in games. You said in the past that you have been influenced by Anita Sarkeesian's feminist frequency videos and a larger conversation about diversity and representation in games. How did that affect Uncharted 4? When I'm introducing and describing a new character to our lead character concept artist, constantly she will ask, what if it was a girl? And I'm like, oh, I didn't think about that. Let me think. Does the effect change anything? No. Cool. That's different. Yeah. Let's do it. Initially in the epilogue, it was Nate's son. Something similar happened with the mansion they go into. That was an old English guy's house. She asked, well, what if it was a woman? So, let me get this straight. You talk about how women are objectified. And here you are, just tokenizing women. Just it's crazy. Like, you're just... Here's a character who is originally supposed to be male, but hey, why can't we just make the woman? If you can't make the woman, why the fuck not? Why? Like there's gotta be it's what the change like okay, one character originally a man, apparently Nathan Drake is supposed to have a son, but they change it so that, hey, it's actually not about the son. It's actually, well, Nathan Drake now has a daughter. That's just, it's really the way they talk about these political stuff. Like, this is why I don't follow individual game developers, even if to the game developers, games that I really love, because they usually have really hot takes. Like a lot of them have really hot takes. A lot of them, like just like even to the games that I love, or games I legit love. Warren Spector, for example, from Deus Ex, he talks about, goddamn, I forgot what he was talking about. Basically, he had this hot take on Twitter, and I was like, what the what? My bad. Apparently that really is weird, but still, this is why I don't follow individual game developers. It's just they have some really hot takes. This is why I don't follow individual game developers. This is why I don't follow their behind the scenes stuff, what their comments on, because usually they have some really freaking hot take that I need to separate the artist from the art so much. Anyway, here's also one very, very interesting discovery. Credit to Kate for finding out all of this. So, before joining Naughty Dog in November 2003, Amy Henning was one of the few employees working at Naughty Dog. She was working at Legacy of Kain series. Yep. And she spent 8 years at Tomb Raider development at Crystal Dynamics. Wow, she spent years at Crystal Dynamics. That's actually pretty interesting. And then she's also primarily working on the Legacy of Kain series. Hennig's departure from Naughty Dog was first reported by IGN, which said sources claim Hennig was forced out by The Last of Us creative director Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley, and that the next Uncharted game for PlayStation 4 may now come under their control. Congratulations. Congratulations. You just forced a female developer out of the freaking... You just forced a developer that has worked in some really influential games. It's really games that people love. Legacy of Kain. A lot of people love Legacy of Kain. Tomb Raider, and then the first two Uncharted. The first three, actually. You just kicked her out. So, what's that attitude about gender politics? It's it's their attitudes in gender politics really shines through. Let's see here. Yeah, that's that. Michael Bay treats his female characters with more agency than it is. Like, Jesus Christ. There's that. And then, what else we have here? So, when the developers of Last of Us... So, basically, I just found out that the developers of Uncharted 3, the team of Uncharted 3, and the team of Uncharted 4, and the team of The Last of Us they are different. All of them are different. So the teams who work on both games are different. I thought they were the same, so okay, whatever. It turns out the team who worked on The Last of Us are different, and the team who work in The Last of Us, they're being told to work on Uncharted 4. So in Uncharted 4, you have Nolan North stating that 8 months of Uncharted 4 work scrapped after Last of Us devs took over. So what happened is basically the Last of Us guys, they came in, and you have to understand, new producers, new people, they want to do it. I don't know what happened exactly. Amy is still a very, very dear friend of mine. She's brilliant, but the Last of Us guys were the next team here, so they took over. They just wanted their own flavor. They got rid of some of the other people that were involved and just redid their thing. So in a nutshell, the developers of The Last of Us, they just took over developers of Uncharted 4 and fired and just take out a bunch of people to work on Uncharted 4, which is freaking insane. Like, that's freaking insane. Like, but all of these are out of their films. I just can't see it in their I don't really like you like, for example, if you look at, okay, Nathan Drake has a daughter. You don't see it as a progressive agenda, pushing the progressive agenda, but then you find out that it was intended to be a son. And then by the time it was intended to be a son, it was changed because very arbitrary reasons. And then you find out, yeah, it is in a lot of ways. That is really odd. But here's the. I'm just gonna stop on this. What are your thoughts on this? Because she has the wrong thinking. That's why she's out. Apparently, she is out. Was she the reason why Uncharted 4 was so goddamn boring? She who? No, her being kicked out, probably, yeah. I don't know. The only person, I haven't been in Uncharted 4 yet, but my brother has, and he, as somebody he has played, 2 is still his favorite in terms of the gameplay style and everything like that. But the story of Uncharted 4 just wasn't on. He just wasn't really a big fan of it. Not just a daughter for Nate, but a cute doggo. Help us, Japan. You're our only hope. I don't know, man. Maybe Japan is the only hope, and it's gonna save everybody. Jesus Christ, 211 people. What the hell are you guys doing? Hey, anyway, so if you're just joining in, let me recap the story for you. Naughty Dog has a progressive agenda. I don't see it in their games, but there are a lot of behind the scenes stuff that does show that they do. And the thing is, when people complain about how the Last of Us 2 trailer got Ellie kissing, I guess this is when they decided, you know what, fuck it. We're going to push our agenda as, we gotta push it. We gotta find it, just gays. Hey, we want to make games about gays. Here, we're gonna get gays. And then, this is really so hard to explain it, because it's such. This is really, I just don't know. It's confused. I'm just so utterly confused to explain this. But I want to move on to something else. So not a lot of people play Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, and Uncharted: The Lost Legacy is a spin-off. Not a lot of people have heard of it, which is, or maybe not a lot of people just, you know, hype it up, say, hey, there's an Uncharted game, except it doesn't star Nathan Drake. It's a spin-off. It stars Chloe, and it stars the Dean, and not a lot of people really heard about it because it's such, I guess it's forgettable. It's just a spin-off series, and not a lot of people really care about the spin-offs, Uncharted spin-offs, and everything like that. But here's the thing about that series. This is according to what Robin Gaming talks about in his video. So we have the 2 protagonists. You have Chloe And wait a second. I'm just gonna get to. So we have the two protagonists. We have Chloe and Nadine. So initially, it's not initially. So what they did here, what Naughty Dog did here, is that these two characters are basically best buddies. They are basically just best friends. They are best friends, like, and they showed a considerable restraint in their game, and say, hey, the canon version of the game, let's have them to be best buddies. Let's have them to be best buddies, right, like that. But something else is different here. It turns out that Naughty Dog likes the idea, it loves the idea of them getting together. Even though it has been established that both of them are straight, but they pair the two. They just straight up pair the two. And this is from the official Twitter page. This is from their official Twitter. They just say, hey, we're gonna pair them too. We're gonna straight up, because they are two characters, gonna pair them, even though it doesn't make sense to the story, but we're gonna pair them. Still, my problem with this complaint here is that, well, from what I've seen here, maybe because I'm a lot familiar with the shipping culture, but if a developer tweets a pairing, if a developer tweets a ship, and the developer said, hey, I love this ship, can that be considered canon, even though it's not told in a series? Or they just said, I love the ship. They don't necessarily say, hey, this ship is canon. It is confirmed to be canon. They just said they love the idea, or maybe, I don't know. At least with Korra, it's very obviously blatant. Like, they just blatantly, yes, Korra and Asami, they're fucking gay. But with the Uncharted The Lost Legacy, it's a lot, Nadine and Chloe are best buddies. They are not lovers. They are not lesbians. They're not bis, actually, because Chloe had a few affairs with Nathan Drake. So it's just really, really odd. Would you consider it canon? Because I don't know. Maybe I'm just not too familiar with the shipping. Maybe I'm not too familiar enough with the shipping culture to actually understand this. But, nope. Okay, so, my OTP. Maybe it can be treated as a word of God type of situation. Perhaps. But what if, okay, imagine if I make a Batgirl series starring Cassandra Cain and Stephanie Brown. I make them best buddies in the series. They're because that's what they are. They are best buddies. But I love the idea of them pairing. So I retweeted a bunch of their fan arts because I like the idea of them pairing. But I have restraint. I know that it doesn't make sense. I just love the idea. Because shipping is all about the fantasy. Shipping is all about the ideas. It's never been about reality. The moment you try to make it reality, that's the moment you got death threats, you got blackmail from people, you got the most cancerous parts of Tumblr. Shipping, the good shippers realize that it's all the fantasy. But the bad shippers, they just complain and say, oh my god, it's not fucking canon. And if I am a developer on Uncharted, and I say, hey, okay, Chloe and Nadine, they are best buddies on the game, but I like the idea of them pairing. Even though it doesn't make any sense, I just like the idea. It can be not treated as a canon. Like, just because the developer, the god, said they like the idea of the pairing, does not mean that he wants them to be canon. So, it's just, so from what I've seen here, it's just the developers really liking the ship. You have a bunch of developers, they like the ship. Here, you have them wedding in February 2013. Happy Valentine's Day 2018. You have them on their wedding. And then I was like, okay, this is a fan art. And one of the developer retweeted it. So the developer just liked the fan art. I mean, and they just like the idea of the pairing. I don't know about you, but I don't consider that canon. It's just they like the idea. But the point is, the point that Ram is trying to say here is that shipping people shipping people is pushing a gay agenda, and I'm no, just no. If I like, there are a couple of ships that I like that are lesbians or gay. When I tweet them out, I'm not trying to push an agenda. Not canon unless it's official. There you go. Hashtag appabend writes a Batgirl comic 2012. Why 2012? That's an arbitrary year. Maybe you're a homophobe. Ree! I ship. I am into yaois and yuris, fam. I consider being homophobe. That's just none of them have bi-fi. Are they actually forcing this to seem accepting? I mean, if I tweet a lot of ships in the past. Does that mean I'm forcing a gay agenda? I don't think I am. Am I telling you guys you should be gay too? It's weird. I'm not trying to tell you guys to be gay. I just like a ship. Or at least it can be interpreted as that. I mean, just... this is weird. Are they actually forced? Alright, I already read that. I mean, I was okay with the ship at first, but then it had Naughty Dog shit talk people who disagree. Okay. So apparently they got mad that their ship that so you're telling me that Naughty Dog is filled by a bunch of cancerous shippers. Okay, there you go. You know what? I'm gonna change my video. Naughty Dog is not trying to push an agenda. They are just filled by a bunch of shippers that are cancerous, straight up from Tumblr. How about that? That is actually going to be a convincing case. Because they actually went out to people and say, if you dislike Claudine, you're a homophobe. Ma OTP indeed. Jesus. The lesbian Uncharted. Is it good? That's the sort of question I've been asking for. Guys, is Last of Us 2 good? We don't know, because release date is going to be just... By the way, did Nintendo get rid of Treehouse? No, they didn't. It still did the effort of your quality of Uncharted 4 in my opinion. Is Naughty Dog a fag or not? Game needs to be more than entertainment. Japan is also buckling to see their Life 6, right? It just does not like forcing. My favorite gay ship is Joker and the Normandy. Well, technically Edie is the Normandy. The Normandy is AI, but I mean it fucking works. But shipping has never really been concerned with the actual canon. Well, there you go. Are Naughty Dog developers shipping their favorite ships? That's not canon. Even if it's from developers. It's like, hey, I like this idea of the ship. And we get to the next one. Here's the one that I find very, very interesting. Appabend and right hand ship. You got that wrong. It's my left. I wanted you and Yosuke in Persona 4 route to be not cut, but the devs cut it. I don't. Did they? It's sad to have having a gay character couple has to be a political statement instead of being a genuine part of the story. And that's my fear. One of the fears that I have when this is why I'm on the fence about this. So, imagine if I make a Batwoman Arkham game. Batwoman is established to be a lesbian, and one of her love interests is Renee Montoya, aka The Question. And I want to make a story where the relationship is integral to the story. So it is important for the character arc. Batwoman is trying to solve a certain issue. Renee Montoya is trying to solve it. Batwoman denies it. She tries to reject it. She's trying to bring up past issues about her relationships and everything like that. But then troubles hit in. That's where Batwoman learns about her character. That's where she learns that she learns her lessons. It's still a very vague concept, but the point is the relationship is important to the story. So that's why in my promotion for Batwoman Arkham game, I put it on PlayStation, the PlayStation E3, for example, and then I showed them kissing. I showed Batwoman kissing a woman. I mean, if I say, I mean, then you have people going, "Oh my God, you're trying to push a progressive agenda," and I was like, no, I'm trying to establish that they have a important relation. No, you're trying to push an agenda. No, listen, okay. You've seen my videos of how I got to progressives. I hate them too, but I want to tell a story about Batwoman. She's lesbian, and I wanted to know you're pushing a progressive agenda. Can I make a game about lesbians and not have people to go, you're pushing a progressive agenda, you're pushing a progressive agenda? Can I make a game about gay people and not have people accuse me you're pushing a gay agenda? Can I make a Starman game and not have people say you're pushing a progressive agenda? It's appabend X Sargon RTP. ED is Normandy too. Okay, fine. Have you heard of Ubisoft discriminating against straight white men? I haven't heard of that. Appabend and Raging Golden Eagle ship. Jesus Christ. Personally, I don't think things like that are canon unless it's said or implied in the game, movie, whatever, despite what the creator says. Even then, implications that shippers, they thrive on implications. They absolutely thrive on implications. Are you left-handed? No, I am right-handed. It just so happened that I fap with my left. Hi, Appabend Senpai. The thing about fanshipping is when one fanship become canon, the other will complain like, why did you become real? What about my OTP? Well, here's the thing about shipping. Most, if not all, ships that become canon are terrible. Are terrible. Especially if the ships are established by the fans. Then they said, hey, guys, we love these two characters. Can you make them canon? And then the creator's like, sure, let's make them canon. It never ends well. It never ends well. It almost never ends well. It almost never ends well. So don't demand your creators to be canon. You need, be careful what you wish for, shippers. For God's sake. As long as it's not her entire character, it's fine. Appabend X Aiden, Jesus Christ. That's last year, guys. Stop that shit. Appabend X Nurkish. Appa X Aiden, Appabend idea. Appa X Baby White. What? Everyone is talking about gay kiss, but all I can think of is that Ellie infected with mushroom AIDS that's safe. It works on Pornhub, so why can't we make it work on video games? I also want to push the progressive agenda down the cliff. You can't. Okay, apparently I can't make a game about lesbians and not be accused by people saying that I'm pushing a progressive agenda. Fuck. You need to make it overtly fan service. Oh, okay. I'm gonna make Batwoman sexy. How about that? I'm gonna make Batwoman to look sexy and hot. I'm gonna make her to have reasonable sized boobs. Big, but not too big. Not gigantic. Cause I don't, not for me. The gigantic boobs are not for me. Just the ones that are big but reasonably big. Ellie's partner is ugly as sin. That's very subjective. That's very subjective. She's supposed to be the cure, indeed. A Batwoman game could be interesting, but as long as she has a character outside being a lesbian. Yeah, that's the problem that I have with the comics. Her character is just, hey, let's make a lesbian. That's the only characteristic. She's a lesbian. There could be so many interesting stories. Explore her, what happens in the army, when her backstory, what happens with her family, what her relationship with Bruce Wayne, what's her relationship with her. There's so many things to explore, and the comics, it's just, I just explained it. They're pushing an agenda if they use it on trailer these days with Gamergate shit. They should have left that in the game. It said, don't include enough LGBT representation, you're homotransphobic. Include LGBT representation, it's considered pushing a gay agenda. Everything is SJW propaganda, we need to point it all out. No, I'm not saying most, if not all, ships are terrible. Most, if not all, ships that become canon are terrible. Or at least the way the events become, Naruto Hinata is an exception. One, Naruto Hinata is an exception. And two, Sakura and Sasuke does not make any fucking sense. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It does not. You need to summon the gods of arbitrary. You need to summon Deus Ex Machina in order to make that possible. I just cannot see how the two end up together. I just can't. I mean, I like the idea, but that's fucking impossible. I'm sorry. It's fucking impossible. Hey Appa, how's your local comic doing? I don't make any sorts of comic. They just mostly sell manga. I want to make my own anime. I fear the ships. That's going to happen. If you're going to make your characters... Why are we talking about ships right now instead of Naughty Dog? But the point is, if you're going to make your characters to look sexy, if you're going to make the characters look sexy, if you're going to make characters attractive, you will have shippers. You have shippers... You even have shippers in the Senran Kagura community. I don't know why. I don't know why. So, anyway, I want to get to the next one. Here's something that I find very interesting about... here's the PSX event of The Last of Us. So we have this host who, according to Robin, does not know what PUBG is. And then... she also said that The Last of Us was the first game she has ever played. Interesting. It turns out, according to Robin, although I couldn't really find any proofs, she was hired to be the host for the PSX event for Last of Us Part 2 because she's a lesbian vlogger. In other words, she's a diversity hire. And then you have this... voice actor. You have this voice actor. He was handpicked by Naughty Dog by Neil Druckmann. He just handpicked him, which is very contradictory to how Naughty Dog usually hire their voice actors. They usually hire their voice actors because of talent, but no, this person is a trans man, so who also have very hot takes. Look at this hot takes, fam. Stop gassing white boys with no talent. No disrespect to my exes, but I'm not dating white people anymore. Straight is not the default sexuality. Someone has been getting too much to the shipping culture. Y'all really love to hype up the most plain-looking white boys. Just the hot takes. The hot takes after hot takes after hot takes after hot takes. I just don't know what... PUBG was a thing. Yeah, that's impossible. How can you not know PUBG? That's fucking... Sakura and Sasuke makes perfect sense. Sakura truly loves Sasuke when it was past. Sasuke repaid her by returning her love to her. No! Not that simple. It's not that fucking simple. Even every Naruto fan that I met have said, no, their relationship does not make any sense. Boruto's dad showed it to the internet and until her cousin died. Thanks to Naughty Dog, we're talking about shippers. Yeah. Fuck you, Naughty Dog. PUBG is a puzzle game, so you can't know it. I don't know. It's too early for this shit. Could be a boy, still gay. Could be a girl, still extremely gay. Yeah, they just hired straight up diversity quotas for Last of Us Part 2, which is totally different to how Naughty Dog usually do things. Did you see that abomination even talk? I didn't see him talking. There's also an article from One Angry Gamer. Your friend Robin sounds a lot like ER, a parody musky man. Here it is. But this is just reiterating the points that Robin Gaming had. So, wait a second. What about Marvel? It's happening something... Yeah, Marvel has been doing that. It's for years now. It's not surprising anymore. There we go. Sasuke was gonna kill Sakura. What the fuck? Marry your crush that wants to kill you. I don't know why people still ship. I mean, I like the idea, but it needs to have a story that makes sense in which they two ended up together. Appabend X Boogie, for fuck's sake. Ellie's marrying another chick. No, Ellie's not marrying another chick. She just so happened to be kissing another chick. Which for the record is a fought. She has other guy. She has the other guy. But... Do you read articles on your pastime? I'm always on the internet 24/7. Looking at for the news, the hot takes that people have on the internet. You can see how... I guess you can see as it's just what I do. It's my job. I make entertaining videos on YouTube. Invite Raging Golden Eagle to the stream. Is he even here? What the heck is your brother doing? He was sleeping, fam. He looks brain dead. I'm glad my boy Naruto stopped friendzoning Hinata. Well, he doesn't. Dad foot in the background. That's my brother. What else do we have? The tweets here they're just literally hot takes on them. What? Was that kissing scene necessary? I personally think that focusing on Ellie being a lesbian is not necessary. Focusing on Ellie being a lesbian is not necessary. What if it's a part of her character? I mean, it's not her only character, obviously. What if it's a significant part of her character? What if her being a lesbian is actually going to be important to the story? I don't know. Cosmo agak berantakan. It's... One, look in the mirror. And two... This has always been how I'm living. It's always been messy. Is Appabend X Aiden Paladin still a thing? I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's a thing for a moment until Dr. Layman takes over, which is actually a lot more justifiable. But apparently it's still a thing. Actually, I'm just gonna retitle this stream. I'm very sure we already explored enough of Naughty Dog's agenda. Since I put this on the normal mode, you can scroll back and see what I've been talking about. I'm just gonna talk. I'm gonna retake it. Talk garbage. Shooting the shit stream. Let's see here. What if Ellie was kissing a guy? Would the reaction from either side be the same? If Ellie was kissing a guy, I would say, okay, this guy would be an important plot point in the end. She's going to be a love interest and one of the driving motivations, driving character arc for her. Probably. If she's a girl, maybe it will be the driving motivation for her. Like, there are so many things that can be explained. Like, can you apply Hanlon's razor here? Hanlon's razor? Can I modify Hanlon's razor for a bit? What is Hanlon's razor? Everything can be, do not attribute to malice, which can be attributed to stupidity. But I'll modify that. Do not attribute to progressiveness, which can be attributed to anything else. Shooting the shit stream. Alpha is kind of doing his kind of. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna not. I'm gonna keep the title. I'm just gonna keep the title, not the agenda, because I don't really have too much to talk about, and I'm going to see Ant-Man and the Wasp in just an hour from now. And just an hour from now, I will tell you how the movie goes out. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Hope it's gonna be a good film. I'm gonna see Ant-Man and the Wasp in just an hour, and I will probably tell you guys what I thought about the film on Twitter. So stay tuned on Twitter if you want to know my thoughts on the film. And in fact, I do mostly my film reviews on Twitter, which is not exactly ideal, but it's a good way to share my thoughts, just my quick thoughts and everything like that. If you want to know my thoughts on Ant-Man and the Wasp, just literally day one release. Just gonna see it anyway in just a couple of minutes. It's just a couple of hours. Stay tuned on my Twitter. Yep, it's out for me. Not sure if it's out for you guys, but it's out for me, and I will be seeing it. Fee and Sarah are the best. No. We were playing Trails of Cold Steel, and me and my brother were playing Trails of Cold Steel. Both of us are in agreement that Laura is bae. I'm sorry, Laura is bae. Laura is bae. I mean, Fee and Sarah, they're great. I personally choose Laura. Also, Appa goes to the villain at Man was originally a man, now it's a woman. I don't care. As long as they do the villains good. Have you watched Incredibles 2? Yeah, I've seen Incredibles 2. It was fine. It was good. It was good, actually. It's a good sequel. That retreads a lot of the plot from the original, but it's still entertaining, relatively entertaining, so. Is appabend is apasexual? An hour from now. What's your time zone? It's 7:03 where it's 9 a.m. here, so you can see the lights. Everything like that. It's morning. Morning, everybody. Morning. It's 9 a.m. morning, and my brother's still sleeping because obviously he's always been sleeping. Falcom girls are all too good. and that's the one of the most unfortunate thing about Tokyo Xanadu. I cannot choose who to in Tokyo Xanadu X Plus. Tokyo Xanadu was okay. It was alright. But the girls are great. And the soundtrack is fucking amazing. The soundtrack is amazing. But the girls, like, I don't know if the anime I was thinking, okay, can we have a romance? They have a social link, but let's see if they have a romance. They don't. The main character is defaulted to the childhood friend. Oh! No! No, 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 no. Fuck. Anyway, I guess it's gonna happen to choose 9/11. I'm just gonna end the stream right here. So, thank you guys so much for joining in the very quick stream. I'm probably just gonna. Can I make this? Aha, here it is. I'm gonna make this stream unlisted because there's really not much here. There's not much substance on the stream. So I'm just gonna make this unlisted right there. So thank you guys so much for joining in the stream. I'll catch you on the next meme stream, which are just going to be at the weekends, at Friday or Thursday, or Friday 9 p.m. 8 to 9 EST, or Thursday Friday 9 p.m. 8 to 9 p.m. EST, or Thursday 8 p.m. It's basically Thursday, Friday, or Saturday 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. EST. Between those times, I'll be doing the meme streams. So, see you guys later. Take care.